When policy analysts at Atlanta's Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, CDC, met with senior budget officials last week, they were told that 7 words or phrases could no longer be used in official documents being prepared for next year's budget, including vulnerable, entitlement, diversity, transgender, fetus, evidence-based, and science-based. According to my colleagues Lena H. Sun and Juliet Eil-Perrin, the Trump administration's Department of Health and Human Services has banned their use. The move was seen as ideologically motivated and has faced resistance from within the nation's top public health agency. Although some consider it to be yet another example of the Trump administration's threat to the independence of federal agency scientists, there are precedents for such language policing, at least abroad. Some bans on phrases have been more serious than others. The Polish parliament approved a bill last year which allows judges to send anyone to prison for up to 3 years for using the phrase Polish death camps. The legislation was introduced amid fears that younger citizens hearing the phrase might assume that Poland was responsible for the World War II Nazi camps located in the country that killed millions. It was and still is occasionally being used by foreign observers and politicians, including by former President Barack Obama, who referred to a Polish death camp in 2012 during a Warsaw visit. The incident caused a diplomatic nightmare for the United States, with Poland's then Prime Minister Donald Tusk accusing Obama of ignorance, lack of knowledge, bad intentions. Then there is France's long-running battle against foreign influences on its language. Consider, for example, the government's 2003 decision to ban the word email. Instead, a Culture Ministry commission concluded at the time that officials should use the word courriel, which is a mixture of the 2 French words for electronic and mail. Evocative, with a very French sound, the word courriel is broadly used in the press and competes advantageously with the borrowed mail in English, the commission wrote. The global popularity of email, however, continues unabated, despite French efforts. To this day, officials are discouraged from using thousands of other words on a list compiled by the Académie Française, as part of its role to safeguard the country's language and to prevent the infiltration of English terms. More recently, the institution decided to ban the word hashtag, for instance. A 2009 ban on certain British words by municipal council leaders may also have been seen as ideologically motivated, given that it included words such as citizen empowerment, democratic legitimacy, or democratic mandate. However, the councils argued that the banning of about 200 words or phrases was supposed to make official communication with citizens less complicated and should help residents better understand the policy-making process. The public sector must not hide behind impenetrable jargon and phrases, the council leaders' chairman Margaret Eaton explained. In some cases, however, the prohibition of certain words or phrases has had clear ideological motivations.